Okay, welcome to mini lecture 4 in the series on the themes of geography. Today we're going to be talking briefly about the concept of place. In our last lecture we talked about location, and that is kind of the space component of geography. Place is where we begin to apply human aspects to location. And what I mean by place, and what most geographers would mean by the concept of place, is that combination of the physical environment and the human constructs that create a meaningful location. That is, we think of place as something that we are familiar with and that has intrinsic characteristics that make it unique. In other words, Pittsburgh is uniquely placed and different from Chicago. They're both cities, both have similar characteristics of infrastructure, but there's something that makes Chicago, Chicago, and Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh. It's Pittsburghness, if you will. It is a synthesis and a synergy that is greater than the sum of its parts of all of those things that are both human perception and the physical environment. So, for example, if we think about it, the idea of place studies really looks at the natural environment, that is everything from climate to topography, that is the variations in elevation, slope, etc. The built environment, the social relations that go on in a place, and then the culture. All of those create what we call the environment of place. Again, Tim Cresswell came up with this great concept of the idea of a meaningful location. That is, this location has meaning in and of itself. And that's what we want to talk about when we talk about place. We're going to see that these uniquenesses of place we'll find in different regions. And in fact, regions by and large have commonalities of place. All right, so let me just give you an idea here when we talk about place. This is downtown Grove City, happens to be where I live. And there are certain characteristics of both the built and the natural environment here. We see down the road the deciduous trees. Those actually are what are called Callery pears. They're, in a sense, planted along the fairly wide main street. We see an old movie theater that's, and this is an older picture, still playing movies. We see 19th century, late 19th century, early 20th century building facades that have been kind of redone. We see people out and about, and we see that it's a relatively automobile-friendly location. All those things are kind of the pieces that come together, and amongst many others. But there's something about Grove City being Grove City. And if you ask someone in the town, they would understand that. They would experience that placedness. And so that's the idea of place. It's that the environment that brings together all those things that are human aspects of location and space and the physical environment. Okay, that's it. Place today, meaningful location. That's what you'll need to know for the quiz. And again, we'll keep bringing that back up. We'll see you next time.